Yo everybody, how you doing out there? So today, I consider it, let's say, midterm grades for the Eagles. I want to grade them and give you my grades on their off-season so far. Now we still have the draft, so there's time to get better or get worse, depending on the rest of the year. But so far, at this point, free agency, and this part of the off-season, I want to give them a grade. So with that, I would say that my grade for the Eagles so far this offseason is a D. A D. I know a lot of you don't like that. You probably don't want to hear that. But that's what I think. Why? Because I don't like any of the moves that they've pretty much made. Okay? I don't like their all-season plan with their free agents. Guys like Peters, Kelsey, Kendricks. Their cap numbers have hurt the Eagles in the offseason. For this free agency period of time, those cap hits have killed us. You want Alshon? Okay, fine, Alshon. But we only signed Alshon for 1 year. 1 year. He could have a great year. Everything could go perfect. 15 touchdowns, 1,400 yards, 90-something catches. He could have a great year. But he could leave. He could leave easily. You could have to franchise him and pay him even more money, forcing us more against the cap than we currently are. So I don't like what they've done. I don't like that Peters is here. Peters can maybe give you, one more year? He's going to leave after this year. I don't think he'll be here. And then you're going to take Lane and move him over to left tackle. So instead of doing it this year, and your franchise quarterback's third year, he's going to have a guy who has to learn to play left tackle now from right. And then you're going to have to fill that right. You could have done it this year. You could have let Kelsey go. But you're keeping all these guys. And a lot of you will say, well, they're building for the future. But to me, what I see is only evidence of them building for next year. They're only worried about next year. And I think with where they were before they got Wentz and then getting him, they should be building long-term. And they should be on more of a long-term plan with a slower, better, wiser decisions in their build. That's what I think. A lot of you might not agree. I'm sorry. You have a guy, Howie Roseman, who has been here for a long time, and he's had pretty much disaster drafts. I'm sorry. Okay, Fletcher Cox he got, right? But anybody could have picked him at that point. Guys like Danny Watkins, Brandon Graham, and I know, Brandon Graham's great. No, Brandon Graham took 8 years to be something. To be a decent player took him 8 years. Earl Thomas, you messed it up. Forget it. I don't want to hear anybody tell me that Brandon Graham's a good draft pick then. He's not. Marcus Smith, Danny Watkins. I mean, these guys were not good picks. Now, Howie brought in Joe Douglas, but Howie has last say. So, you may have Corey Davis on the board. You may have Davis, and you may have, Tabor, right at the corner. And, Douglas may go, I want Corey Davis. And Howie may say, no, we're taking Tabor. And that's it. He has last say. So we don't know. So it was an interesting article in Philly.com. Go read it if you get a chance, by Mike Selesky. He writes an article about the Eagles trying to focus on making Wentz a star at the cost of building a Super Bowl team. Now, I agree with him with their misses as far as building a team this year going forward. I don't think it's because they're focused on Wentz being a star. I think it's their focus and they feel the pressure to get to the playoffs next year. I don't know why. Maybe they think that the guys that they have are a little better than what they are. The Eagles have been known to do that. Howie Roseman has been known to do that. But I think that the way the Eagles should approach this offseason when they started was to get rid of the dead weight, keep the cap money, get some extra money because you got guys like Peter's gone and Kelsey gone, and you have this extra money, then if you really felt that Alshon was the guy you wanted, you sign him to a 4-year deal. You sign him to a 5-year deal. You make him sign a long-term contract. You don't sign him to a 1-year deal. 1-year deals only help next year. There's no guarantee for 2018. So with that, I'm not happy with what they've done so far. Now, we'll see what they do in the draft. To me, if the draft, it's funny because I hear a lot of people go, the Eagles are building for the future. They're building for the future through 1-year deals. I don't know how you build the future through 1-year deals. Somebody explain that to me. But then I'll hear, oh, well, the Eagles, they use free agency for next year and they use the draft for the future. Okay, but then these same people go, well, the Eagles, they need to go get a cornerback because they got no corner for next year. Well, what are we building? Are we building for next year or are we building for the future? If we're building for the future, then anybody on the board is to play. The best player available is at play. All right? And then Corey Davis should be at play because you have no guarantee with your wide receivers. I agree with the article. Go read it if you get a chance. It's very good. Philly.com, Mike Selesky. Selesky or Silsky, not sure how you pronounce it exactly. But fantastic article. Makes a lot of good points. I think that the Eagles are not building this thing the right way. And I hope that they will fix this and straighten this out. I hope that there's something I'm not seeing and it'll, be revealed later. But at this point, from what I can go on and what I can see so far, I'm not happy with it. I like Alshon. I think he's good. It wouldn't have been my first choice, but I like him. But he's only 1-year deal. And that kind of sours the whole thing to me. So, we'll see what they do in the draft. This is my opinion so far. Take care. Talk to you later.